Everyday superpower where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. We're going to continue on with this series, watching this video, which was put out by Jubilee, entitled Which Guy Gets the Most Girls? Girls Rank Guys by Riz. Now, this is a series, so if you want to, really dial in your understanding and garner a baseline of the people whom we are commenting on and whom I am observing and teaching you about, it's best for you to start at the start. The link will be in the comment section. Now, if you've just joined me on this one, it doesn't matter regardless, because you're going to learn how to read people and you're going to learn a lot of vital stuff about attraction and repulsion regardless. Now, we're into the Riz off, and what we see before us is a man whom has just spoken and dropped a little bit of game on this cute young lady in red, or like a dark red colour. He did very well in my personal opinion. Let's move on. We've got the guy in the white t-shirt, I believe, at this point. I mean, it's been, a couple of days since we watched the last bit, so.
Okay, on that note.
Right, let's get into it then. So he goes back. He gets dapped up by his mate, because his mate knows very well. Let me just make sure you can see this, yeah? His mate knows very well what's gone on. If you have a look at this, my guy was audacious with a comment he just made. Have a look at the reactions to everyone. So just to re-clarify, the covering up of the mouth is either them as an individual restraining what they want to say, or restraining their verbal expression, or projecting themselves upon the man to say, I don't want you to say anymore, or you shouldn't have said that, or, it's a mouth blocking behavior. So apply your own meaning to this, right? There's no uniform way of doing this other than assessing and analyzing everything in the large picture once you learn how to understand the fine details of said picture. But I think he did very well. The audacity and the boldness as to which he acted, which you'll find in the last video, was very good. We see the guy in the pink here. His eyes are wide open, absorbing the information as to which has just been provided. So whereas the girls are blocking information, the man here is opening up and absorbing more information for more understanding, for more coherence with the social situation that has happened before him, right? Let's go. He goes back. Now watch this guy in white. He's looking down to the floor, right? His eyes are glazed over. He's not engaged in the communications. He knows he's next. And he's got a hard act to follow. Let me just go back and make sure that you're watching what I'm watching, yeah?
I can do more than that.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Going back on there, you see how it is.
Oh, okay, on that note.
And let me show you another brief gesture here, which you will find important. Look at this girl here at the back with her arms flared, right? Look what she does with her hair in relation to that. Watch.
But I can show you later.
Oh.
I can show you that later. She flips her hair, attracting attention to her neck in a sensual and sexual manner in real time in response to his bold statement. This is game, okay?
Okay, on that
Now let's get into this new guy. So he's looking down to the floor. He's pulling himself together. He's detached himself from the social commitment of having to engage with these boys because he needs to now get his head in the game, per se. Gets dapped up by there. Right, here we go. Moving in. He's the first to bring that arm out. He's the first to engage in communication, right? You might want to say, well, maybe the woman should show more interest. But then again, you might say, well, the man is acting as the man should. He's the leader and he's leading the engagement and he's initiating the dance and the physical contact. It's open for interpretation, people, but pay attention. So he's coming out, chest up, face up. She in the dark colours is coming in. I feel kind of bad for the guy who had to deal with the woman who was like twice his height. That was like, quite a tough pill to swallow. Let's go. Let's go. Reaches out, looks at her, pay attention.
Okay, on that note.
Hello.
Hello, he says, reaches out into her space. So as far as it being a mutual agreement, a meeting in the middle, he's leaning over into her. He's reaching over into her. His hand you know, relatively equal, but we're still looking at this submissive gesture of the palm facing to a degree upwards, as opposed to, you know, hello, hello, this is better, this is better, this is better, this isn't good, this is better, right? Upper hand, dominance, symbolic of being in top position. What do they call the man in the house? He's the head of the household. There's a reason, right? It's traditional values, it's biological. Let's go. Right, he takes the under.
Hello.
Lets her take the upper. Looks her in the eyes. Shoulders raised a little here, defending the neck. It's symbolic of threat. Quite a good pondering expression of the guy in the olive shirt behind. I think that's quite a comical expression he's pulling. He's pondering, he's looking over to the women, seeing what they're discussing, seeing what's going on there. If you've watched from the get-go, this guy has been having his arms akimbo since the start, right? I think this guy's looked up on body language a little bit, or he's portraying himself or believes he is a man of substance and standard. And so far, so good. I think he's come across as quite respectable. You know, I don't mind that guy so far. Now, anyway,
Hello.
he says hello, looks down after making eye contact. Breaks eye contact by looking down. Don't do that, fellas. Never do that. Look to the side. Break side to side, right? You can learn how to do this. Don't worry. I know that most of this is subconscious behavior, right? And we can't control it. But your eye connection, I think when we gaze at people and we can create eye contact and we go eye to eye with people, we're so conscious of what is happening at that moment due to the intensity of it. It allows us to create a choice how we disconnect from that eye contact. Go side to side. Never look down, all right? Let's go. Leave that to the woman, yeah?
Hello.
Hello. He says a little bit sheepishly, but come on, let's see how he runs game, yeah?
Hello.
Hello. She mirrors him, repeats him, which is good. You want mirroring transactional behaviors, because then if I up the ante and I give you a little bit of a touch, you know what I mean? You're probably going to reenact that and give that back to me. You're going to translate that, absorb that, think, I enjoyed that. I'm going to give that back to him. And the gift and the dance continues.
Hello.
Now watch. I don't know if you'll pick up on this because of the frame rate, but as he breaks eye contact down, he says hello sheepishly, and you'll see his eyes flicker. Look at the eyelids.
Hello.
I'm giving you deep game here. We're getting into the realm of micro expressions here. Look at the eyelids.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, he says. And his eyes flutter. His eyes flutter. We don't blink that many times per minute, believe it or not, right? Generally, given that we're chilled and relaxed, we're going to blink, and we're not on drugs or anything like that. If we're not anxious, if our brain isn't aroused to a strong degree, we're going to be blinking less than 30 times a minute, right? So if he's blinking multiple times in 1 second, it is a display of excitement, arousal of the brain. Take it where you want. He looks away.
Listen.
To pull himself together, to think. Now he's going to get into the game. Let's hear what he's got to say, yeah?
Hello.
Hello.
From him.
Listen.
He just drops it into the listen. Or you listen and learn.
Do you just tell me to listen?
I may not be able to give you, I may not be the richest one here, and I may not be the most handsome one here, but listen, I may not be able to take you from the va-va to...
Right. Now, I don't know where this guy's going. But look at the hand gestures. Watch.
I may not be able...
Pay attention.
Hello.
I mean, starting off with listening isn't a bad thing, because you get her attentive. And if she's attentive, you enter into this space of borderline hypnosis. You mesmerize her with your words. Do you know why you spell a word? Because it has roots in magic. You hypnotize, you mesmerize, you give her an order, you say, listen. It's a bold command. Nothing wrong with that.
Hello.
That's pimpish, to be fair with you.
Hello.
Now watch the hands.
From him.
Listen.
Do you just tell me to listen?
And watch what happens when he says, listen. Now, this is some pimpish shit. I don't know. He won't have intended to do this. But look at her reaction. Look at how she reacts in this regressive childlike state. Because man's in daddy space now.
Hello.
From him.
Listen. Her eyes perk up. She gives him complete attention. She is now attentive, as if he has put a magic spell on her, as I said, with one word. She didn't get that coming. Have you seen, you know, like street hypnotists and stuff, when they'll shake someone's hand and put them straight under? Oh, how you do? Sleep. That's because they break a pattern of what that person is ever so used to due to their recognition of patterns since the day they were born. When you break that pattern, listen, it puts them in a trance. Look. She's shocked, she's bewildered, she's flooded with emotion through that.
Just tell me to listen.
She stuttered in her word. Because how many men have told her to listen? Too many men are pedestalizing her. Too many men are telling her this, that, and the third. Nobody wants to go as far to potentially hurt her feelings by being direct, overt, and aggressive in that dominant stature. Now, this guy's probably going to fuck it up from this point. But he was nice there. He was nice. Well, I say he's going to fuck it. He probably won't. He probably won't. If he's a bit all over the place, a bit ambiguous, it gives him character, gives the ladies food for thought, so who knows where he goes. But her reaction is that of the girl now looking to the father.
I may not be able to
Now watch what happens here.
give you. I may not be the richest one.
I might not be the richest one here. And do you know what he does? He directs to him in the olive. He's comparing and contrasting himself to this guy. He might not verbally say it. And he is saying, I'm not the richest. I'm not the most handsome. But he's pointing on a subconscious level directly to this guy. There is an undercurrent of subcontext here. Look.
Here. And I may not be the most handsome one here.
And I might not be the most handsome. There is a direction as to his hands. He might not be pointing still at this guy, but he might be pointing towards one of the two taller people. But he's making eye contact. He's telling a story. He's creating incredible engagement.
But listen, I may not be able to take
And he drops the listen again.
you from the va-va to sink on sink, then back to the va-va. If you know, you know.
What?
But what I can do is make
She's cracking up. She's smiling.
sure to be a chicken noodle soup when you're sick. And make sure I just cry right now. I wanna make
Now, I don't know where he's going with this, but I'll tell you he's dropping game in his own way. If we were to look at the mystery method, one of the trigger of attractions is to be emotive, to be secure in oneself as a man, to be able to showcase emotional expression and intelligence. And even though he portrayed it in a theatrical way, the mock crying he did was entering a space where most alpha men who are told that you shouldn't showcase any degree of emotion would shun and tell you not to do. But my guy, in his own way, is taking her on a journey through this nonsensical route. Pay attention.
make sure I just cry right now. I wanna make sure to pick you up when you fall. And I wanna make sure you're the best version of yourself.
Is there a Medicare? Because this guy needs to be checked if he's having a stroke. Are you okay?
Yo, alright, yo, hold on. Actually, like, yo, I have like a In-N-Out gift card if you wanna.
She says, that's the funniest thing. What were these lot saying? Pay attention. What were these girls saying on the earlier videos when they introduced her? I think a guy can be funny. If he's funny. She's referring to my man as funny. That's the funniest thing. These women at the start anchored the term funny with attractive.
Go, yeah. I'll buy you whatever. Yeah, I got like multiple meals on there. If you want to go to In-N-Out or like Shake Shack, we could go. Whatever.
You haven't asked me one question about myself.
All right, listen.
But you've told me to listen 4 whole times.
She's paying attention. Now, don't get me wrong. Look at the body language, yeah? Look at the defense. We do need to bring that down, right? It was only one, okay? It was only one crossing over of the arm, and it turned into 2. Let's pay attention when it turned into 2.
This guy needs to be checked if he's having a stroke. Are you okay?
Yo, alright, yo, hold on. Actually, like, yo, I have a.
Okay, so both arms are out right now. Her stomach is exposed. This is a good place to be. Now, pay attention.
I have like a In-N-Out.
So he starts talking again. She braces quite literally. She puts her seatbelt on to go through this ride and defend herself. Because she doesn't know what's coming up next. There's an unpredictability, there's a volatility in the words and the game he's running. Let's go. Because we went from one arm crossing over to two. It's not a great thing. Pay attention. She's leaning forward towards him now. Because we pay attention to cluster of body language. And with that cluster of body language, what we can also see is a mirroring. They're both mirroring each other. That's good. But to mirror both in this defensive position is not good. So there's a duality here. There's a fine balance of things, okay? Pay attention.
Alright, yo, hold on. Actually, like, yo, I have like a In-N-Out gift card if you want to go, yeah. I'll buy you whatever. Yeah, I got like multiple meals.
He says, I'll buy you whatever. He shakes his head, no, he won't do. Look.
I have like a In-N-Out gift card if you want to go, yeah. I'll buy you whatever. Yeah, I got like multiple meals on there. If you want to go to In-N-Out or like Shake Shack, we could go, whatever.
You haven't asked me one question about myself.
All right, listen.
But you've told me to listen 4 more times.
I'll listen.
Was that mirroring again?
Listen.
But you've told me to listen 4.
She raises her hand 4 whole times. She's expressive. Movement attracts attention. If she was so shook and scared, she'd be frozen. She'd want to run away. She's engaging. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You might think, what the fuck is going on here? This is some bullshit. But, hey, we're not talking man-to-man no more. We're not talking about business. We're not talking about this and that. I thought I saw a little mirroring. Let's find out what goes on. His hand reaches out to hers, almost touching. Not far off, yeah? He covers his face. She covers her face. Right? She's cracking up. She's laughing. She's having a good time.
I'll listen to anything you have to say. What do you like to do for fun?
Not. Please help me. Let's move on.
Listen, she said, please help me. What does she do? She starts laughing again. She moves into his space. Attraction versus repulsion. What does that look like?
Not.
Look. Watch.
Help me.
She moves in. She wants to put her hands on him. But she stops herself. Look. Look. You might say she's patting him away, this and that. You either move in or you move away. Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. It's not how I'd approach things, but my man went in there like a magician.
How's it going with the chairman?
And I will see you on the next video, people. Peace.